What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for Connected Franchise. Here to go through the offseason. First thing I want to talk about is the staff. You guys should know by now, as a Colts fan, what's going to happen. I'm going to make Chuck Pagano an offer he can't refuse. No, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and fire Chuck Pagano. I love Chuck Strong. I love the whole story. But listen, man, in real life, the message has been lost. And I'm not short-sighted on that. Same thing happened with Dungy. So I feel like if it's time to move on in real life and let Chuck have another place somewhere else, then it's time to let go in my franchise. As far as the trainers and the scouts go, you know, part of the problem with this game is the lack of depth with that. And I'll discuss that in a minute. But as we go forward here, I think it's important we understand I'm going to make an offer to Demetrius Turner. I'm just going to go down and show you. I'm actually trying to get another defensive scheme because I want to show how the team fails to build off different defensive schemes. And we were running a 3-4, so I was looking for a 4-3. So I decide I'm going to settle on Turner because he's really the only one out there high level that's running the 4-3, and I don't think this attacking 3-4 is going to make much of a difference. So as I go ahead and ponder whether I should do the incomparable and put him back, I go ahead and make this offer to Turner. And the problem is with some of these offers, you really don't have a good ballpark of what's going on. You can see right now there's no other team bidding. I have tons of money available. I'm going to offer him 2 more years than he wants and raise the salary a little bit. And I just get this offer made, appreciate you. Now, let me talk a little bit about this as I go through these scouts. You're going to notice, if you're familiar with EA Sports, some of these faces. Some of these faces, like this face, are actually EA employees. Now, I go with Tony Dubb, and I go over here, and I skip past more employees, and I decide on Daniel Morgan. I'm all for you guys putting yourself in the game. I love it, in fact. I think it's a great concept. I think it's personable. I think it's a self-pride thing. But please make sure that you go in and also put the actual players and coaches and staffs in. So I simmed forward there a little bit. You see that I got Tony Dubb, but I don't have my coach. The offer's made. It's between us and the Giants. So, okay, nothing else that I can do. Go forward a little bit. And then here's where I'm met with the news. Giants start a new era, and it talks about him being their coach. So I go out and I say, okay, let me look at what happened here. Let me go to the staff and see what decisions I need to make. Sure enough, I see him listed here. Turns red. He rejected it. Why does it say signed with Colts? It says right there, signed. I froze it so you can see. Signed with Colts. So I say to myself, well, if he signed with me as my coach, maybe the Giants signed somebody else and there's just a glitch in the game. Who knows? So I'm scrolling down here. I'm not seeing anyone else other than those two, which I didn't even offer, saying that they signed. So I know something right now is off. I figured, you know what? Let me back out of here. Let me go and we'll look at the news and we'll see if maybe there's something over there that can educate me as to why the coach that I supposedly didn't get says that I got, and 2 coaches that I didn't even attempt to sign says that they're signed. So I go over, you can see some of my depth chart is empty, some of it's locked, and I figured, like I said, the best thing to do is this news. And this news, I don't even know how to describe it, okay? It is so basic. It is so lackluster. I just want you to read some of these things. Heath Evans, what a win by the Vikings on Sunday. I'm still fired up. This is under off-season re-signed players. Danny Woodhead losing a step. Instant classic. The Vikings pillage the Jaguars 21-24 in the Super Bowl. The season's over. Look at how repetitive. The Eagles just keep rolling along. What a franchise. I mean, these are some of the most impersonal, generic, unassuming stories. And this goes back to last year. This is the hub of learning about other franchises in the league. It's a little difficult for me to look at that and know what other games are doing. So regardless, I sim through the draft, and then now I see all of a sudden I've been given a coach. And it literally tells me, none of your offers were accepted, so we just hired you somebody. Here, take this guy. Take Coach Hedrick. doesn't give me a warning, doesn't say, hey, listen, if you don't sign somebody, you're not going to have a coach. Make sure you go do something now. I just, to me, that's a little bit off. So we skimmed through the draft, and we're going to go ahead, we're going to take a look at returning from injury, because it says Jack Doyle, and I'm thinking, like, Jack Doyle is our main concern right now? What about friggin' Andrew Luck? Oh, he's returning from injury too. How nice. Thank you for telling me, because before I was concerned that this might not have happened. So here we are at stage 6, where I did the infamous Giants video, and I'm going to go ahead and take you through and show you, obviously, the Blunt-Gordon connection that we have, but I want to go through the roster and talk a little bit about what was done and where I think some problems with the AI are. So first of all, Luck can't go wrong. Halfback, as I mentioned, I'm fine with Blunt replacing Gore. I like Marlon Mack a lot. No complaints here. The fullback being Marlon Mack, I don't know that I like my fullbacks or all my halfbacks. Just my thing. Wide receivers, Josh Gordon, I mean, that's just super risky. We lost Moncrief, we lost Aiken, we obviously kept Doyle, like you can see here. The left tackle staple, Anthony Costanzo, returns. The left guard is rookie Lethy Stone, behind a rookie. The center, Ryan Kelly, returns with 2 years experience, which I don't think is right. Damian Mama is my left guard, backed up by a 65 right guard, even though he's playing left guard. And this interchangeable stuff we'll discuss. Denzel Good stays at right tackle. Left end is set because Anderson Hunt, are going to resign. Their contracts didn't expire. Hankins stays put at right end, but there's not a lot of depth with Ridgeway back there. Defensive tackles are a mess. I've got 2 single-year players and a bad rookie to firm up the line. That's not going to be good at all. Left side linebacker, Jabal Sheard, love him, fine. Middle linebacker, Bostic and Morrison are fine as well. And then obviously we head over to the left side linebacker in a moment, and we're going to take a look at John Simon, who does just fine as well. The defensive backs, Melvin, Taylor, Wilson, no real additions here. Hairston stays on, so we haven't really seen the team had to build, except here's one area that there's a real problem. Hooker got hurt, so I've got Gerard Holloman, who was a 61 overall, and obviously he's going to be replaced by Hooker at some point, you would hope. Clayton Gaithers is the strong safety, and then obviously my punter and kicker are fine. So with that said, want to know what you guys think about this before I continue along. Appreciate you checking this out, and you know that I'll be back in the week with more commentary.